So today we are going to be making the best banana bread I have ever had and ever made. Let's get started. The wet ingredients for this recipe calls for 3 to 4 overripe bananas. You will also need a 1/4 cup of oil. I use extra virgin olive oil, but you can use vegetable oil, canola oil, whatever oil works for you. 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract and 1 egg. It doesn't matter if the egg is cold or room temperature, just 1 egg. For the dry ingredients for this recipe, you are going to need 3/4 cup of sugar, 1½ cups of all-purpose flour. You are going to need 1 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, a dash of cinnamon, 1/8 teaspoon of salt, and you are also going to need 1 cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips. For this recipe, I like to start with the wet ingredients. I don't know if that is doing it backwards, so we're going to start with the bananas. We're going to do that for about 30 seconds until they're nice and mushed. Because they are defrosted and peeled, it's not going to take a lot to mush them. We are then going to add in our 1/4 cup of extra virgin olive oil, teaspoon of vanilla, and our 1 egg. Now, as gross as that looks, I promise you it's going to turn out delicious. So we're just going to mix that all up. Perfect, so that's all looking good. Now we're going to deal with the dry ingredients. So we've got our 1½ cups of all-purpose flour, and we're going to add our sugar to that. And we're also going to add our baking soda, baking powder, cinnamon, and salt. And then we're just going to take a whisk and whisk it all together so it's all nice and combined. For this recipe, you will also need a 9x5 tin. I have greased this with butter. So now that we have all of the wet ingredients in our bowl and all of our dry ingredients well combined, you're going to want to get your spatula ready so that as we're combining both the dry and wet ingredients, we can scrape down the edges of the bowl. A little bit at a time. So now that all of the dry ingredients is combined in with the wet ingredients, we're just going to give it one more nice spin, just so that everything can combine nicely. Once that's all nicely combined, we're going to take the paddle off, take the bowl off, and we're going to hand fold in the chocolate chips. So once they're all folded in, it's going to look like this. And then once all of the chocolate chips, the wet ingredients, and the dry ingredients are all combined, you're going to put them in your greased 9x5 tin, and then you are going to bake it at 350 for 55 minutes. So once you've put the batter in the tin, and I like to slap it down on the counter just so that all of the air bubbles and anything can pop and get out of it. And then we're going to take a handful of chocolate chips and just sprinkle them on top. When that's ready, you can put it in your oven at 350 for 55 minutes. I am doing a voiceover because I forgot to turn on my microphone when recording the last 2 clips of this recipe, so I'm very sorry, but this is my version of a voiceover. When it comes out of the oven, you're going to use your toothpick to see if it's done in the middle. First we're going to go in the center, and then we're going to go on to the sides to check if it comes out clean. And we are going to let this sit for 20 minutes, and we will be back and ready to eat it soon. The banana bread has been sitting out for 20 minutes. It is now nice and cooled. I'm going to give it a slice. Look how nice that looks. Chocolate chips all the way through. Oh, this is my favorite. I love this banana bread. Thank you for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe to my channel. If you decide to make this banana bread, please make sure that you tag me in your photos at Bake with Steph on Instagram. Love to hear your thoughts on what you would like me to do next. Thanks guys. Bye.